Hey rollers! The Goblins and Growlers Big Cartel store is open again at goblinsandgrowlers.bigcartel.com. We're having a sale of 10% off most of our inventory, and for our fans, we're offering free shipping if you use the code GRAVYBOAT at checkout. We've got nerdy shirt designs, some of which we're retiring forever after we run out of stock, and all new TTRPG content from indie creator Cesar Capacle. You won't see this stuff published anywhere else in North America. Keep your eyes peeled, there's more merch coming. Again, that's goblinsandgrowlers.bigcartel.com.
Trying to remember where my spells were open. I'm sorry.
This is Quid Pro Roll, a fantasy live play adventure where a party of unlikely heroes embark on a quest to bring dragons back to their world.
Well, howdy, listener. Welcome to the Daily Crier Listening Show, where all the news and variant and beyond can make its way right to you. Well, it's a springy sort of day here at Daily Crier. Sunlight over the mountains and birds chirping. I don't think I've ever heard birds here, but oh, they're gone. Well, last time our heroes got settled in at Fort Grayscar. While first offered food, they decided to begin their stay with a relaxing and bombastic bath time, scrubbing away the grime of the road. After their hearty meal, their stomachs bleeding, full, they retire to the night study where Leandros clearly has much on his mind. The Boros Empire is amassing forces, and civil unrest makes civil hand my hands are covered in blood. Well, have a tightly wrapped day, listeners. Wherever you are, have fun. And as always, y'all take care now.
So on our last episode, you all had reached the Ilarian fort. You had baths, which took more time than I expected, and you had a meal, which took less time than I expected. Then we talked about Final Fantasy for like 10 unbroken minutes.
It wasn't 10 minutes. It was like a solid 6.
I did my best.
Alon was the hero we all needed, but he was the one we deserved, but not the one we needed. And then you were all informed by Leandros, of all people, that Reign of the Ilarian Knights is missing. The Boros Empire appears to be building an army, not entirely of people who are willing to be in that army, and basically everyone in the Ilarian military is super stressed out right now. That cover it?
I think so.
Oh, and we found out Koza knows how to make bath bombs, and Chapman does not.
Lot of Ilarian military personnel love militarized ducks.
I'm getting dragged so hard tonight.
Well, it's because what are you going to do? Drive to our houses and beat us up? You're now.
Whoa.
Don't dox him. I'm sure he's got a real cute little house.
Oh my gosh.
Chapman is going to punch through the screen like a Looney Tune and just smack all of us in the face, and we will have deserved it.
Do it, Chapman, you won't.
What kind of engineer do you think I am?
Hack my system, bro.
Didn't you know, Chapman, that computer programmers and engineers are the same thing? It's all being an artificer, dude.
I'm pretty sure I've heard it referred to as software engineering. Like, how different can it be?
God, are we going to just rag on Chapman for a whole episode? Because it would be funny.
Agreed.
To pick up where the last, and we should get back in, to pick up where the last episode left off. Did you have that link to that location with the Final Fantasy game?
So the last thing that was said to you guys that was in character and not related to Chapman's quest to finding a copy of Final Fantasy Tactics, was Leandros telling you all to sit down. And all of you kind of paused and looked around the room and realized there is only one chair, and Leandros is sitting in it.
I will not be sitting on his lap, as I'm sure there is at least one person out there who expects Boat to do that.
Sadly puts down fanfiction writing pen.
Yeah, Boat will call upon his monkish training and will, sit down on his legs in sort of a peaceful repose.
So he looks like Calvin and Hobbes with just like his nose coming over the war table.
Exactly.
When you all have decided how you're going to sit in this room with one chair.
Solinar's just going to lean on a wall.
I'm going to sit on my basket.
Hell yeah.
Can your basket, like, how strong is that basket? I was assuming it was like a really soft wicker deal.
Me too, but
All right, it's a powerful wicker basket. Don't make baskets like that no more.
I think the sittability of this basket is up to you, because I'm going to sit on it until the GM tells me I can't. I feel like it has kind of a frame to it, and you can kind of like lean onto like a frame backpack in a sitting-ish way. It wouldn't be super comfortable.
What you don't know is that Koza's pack is essentially like one of those things that has that like kick out stand so that you can sit on it, like that weird hiking backpack that turns into a chair. I didn't dream this, right? That's a thing that exists.
No,
okay, cool. I was about to run off to Shark Tank real quick. He kind of like looks down and looks up and is like, I am terribly sorry to be so somber, my friends, but there has been troubling word of some activity in Talair. It appears that you all probably aren't ready to hear this. Wanted criminals. While the Queen promised you protection within these borders, at the moment, with the Boris Empire growing as it is and building as it is, we might not have the strength to aid you as we thought we did, especially with our hope to ally ourselves, or more accurately, to have the Talarian army ally with us.
So we're a liability, is what you're saying.
We will do everything we can to help you without putting ourselves in a political hot seat, as it were. But, unfortunately, we did not foresee the power that would be growing in the Boris Empire.
What if we could help you by finding the Boris base of operations here?
I'm certain that that would aid us. And again, no one that is Alarian will be coming after you. I want to be very clear, friends. But...
well, I'm just looking at it long term, because if you pitch it to Talair that the Boris Empire is going to invade them as well, then if we're able to help shut down this Boris business, then they're in your debt and our debt.
I don't believe they intend to invade Talair. I believe they... well, such matters are of no import to your quest, which must go on unheeded by this war. Though unfortunately, I do believe it is affected by it.
Bottom line, do we need to get out of here?
You are safe in these walls, friend. But we cannot offer you the kind of sanctuary from Talarian officials as we hoped we could.
All right, guys, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I mean, like, we made our own bad choices, grand scale, so it's not, it makes sense that we would have to deal with the consequences of that. So, that's just sort of where we're at.
Can we sleep in the bed before we go? I really miss a bed.
Of course you can stay. You can stay, my friends, as long as it pleases you.
I mean, I think I think we should spend the night here, and then make for Oakmell tomorrow. Because the faster we move, the less likely things catch up to us.
Maybe we should leave before dawn.
Oh, maybe.
I mean, we don't know if any of those people are still following us or have any idea where we went. It would just probably be best if we could get underway while it's dark outside.
I am heartbroken that I cannot offer more assistance to you.
It's okay. We got a bath, we got food, and we got a bed. That's exciting.
Yeah. Well, let's get some sleep and then we'll figure things out.
I want you all to know, I still swear to all of you that I will do what I can to aid you in this quest.
We know you will, Shout Friend. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We've just got a lot going on right now. Sounds like you do too.
Of course. Please, my door is open if any of you need it, but you now know everything that I do.
All right.
Well, if we're gonna leave that early, then I'm going directly to bed. I plan to savor every minute of this.
Yeah, I'm sure those military, bunk beds are gonna be real comfy.
I mean, a military bunk bed is probably better than the ground.
Yeah, compared to
probably.
a bedroll on the floor? Yeah, absolutely.
I call top bunk.
Koza?
Yeah, gonna just find whatever feels like the comfiest bunk.
He's gonna just walk up and smoosh down on the mattress with his hands, go, no. Walk over to another, smoosh down, no.
Mm-hmm.
Walk over to another one, smoosh down, and go, no, this one will work.
Yeah.
No matter the character, if it is run by Chapman, they prioritize comfort.
That's who I am.
Oh, what about you, buddy?
A boat's going straight to bed.
Okay.
If we're going to be getting up super early in the morning, he's going to bed.
All right.
Even after Leandro said his door was open to us?
Look, man. Boat's feeling it. But also, that guy's got to worry about the Boris Empire invading. We got to worry about people from Talair hunting us down and hiring Team Rocket to come after us. I think this is a situation where Boat needs to exercise some self-control and maybe reap the benefits of some of the introspection that he's been quietly doing for a while.
All right. I can respect that. All right.
But I might write a little note for him.
Ooh, note time.
Boat's been writing a lot of notes lately. Not as much as Koza has, but...
Yeah, Koza's basically started writing a book.
There's going to be a series of books that, little girls in elementary school will read that are just, compilations of Koza's diary, and they walk them through important moments in American history.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really impressed that Koza becomes a fixture in American history.
What?
I was very clearly referencing a series of books.
You were, but you said they'd read about Koza for American history.
Koza was very important to the American Revolution, okay?
Koza went around planting apple seeds behind himself.
Little Koza Appleseed, they called him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. That's so weird.
So anyways,
weird.
Boat goes to his room and he starts writing a letter, and then he's going to bed.
All right. The night is going to pass more or less without incident, though later you are going to hear the sounds of marching feet and the general chaos of dozens and dozens and dozens of men coming into the fort, apparently as some form of reinforcement or realignment of their military forces. You notice, since you all are sleeping in a barracks, that some folk are coming in the night and taking up the beds you all have not.
Well, that's to be expected.
Also, I want to be very clear. The soldiers are all genders. I just say men as a shorthand for people. Just making sure that that's very well known.
Okay.
They're human.
No, they're not. Some of them are not.
Oh. Well,
Whoa.
They're humanoid.
Whoa.
at that point, you just got to go with, folk.
They're just folk.
Folk doesn't sound as military.
They're people.
We've made it too folk.
They're
for
only
Alex.
they're only a couple Aarakocra.
A battalion of folk.
A battalion of Alarian homies comes into the
Oh,
base.
nice.
You all are gonna have your sleep a little bit disturbed by all this chaos, but right before dawn, you all wake up. I want to say naturally, but it feels like something wakes you. You hear a little bit like this kind of buzzing sound. Koza, you're going to wake up specifically, and right in front of your face, flapping its wings rapidly, is going to be what appears to be a wasp.
Is there one of these in front of each of us, or just in front of Koza?
Currently, it's just in front of Koza.
Okay.
Let me make sure. I gotta double check to see if I have speak with
Maybe,
animals. Pretty sure I do.
maybe roll an investigation for me first, buddy.
Okay.
Investigate if you can speak with animals.
Yes, that's what I'm asking for.
15.
You're going to notice that this wasp is not organic.
A organic.
It's mechanical.
They took the wasp's jobs.
Does it look like it has a stinger?
It does have a stinger, but the stinger appears to be more hypodermic needle-esque. It's a phobia wasp.
Let me think.
Okay, you could think, man.
Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. So I see this thing right in front of me. You know what a little machine probably can't deal super well with? It probably can't deal with suddenly having 10 gallons of water dumped on it.
Are you sleeping on the top or the bottom bunk?
The top, because that's funnier.
Yeah, so I
Who is below Koza?
it sounds like you are.
Yeah, it sounds like boat.
Yeah, so I cast create water in like a column above the wasp, mechanical wasp.
Isn't the wasp like floating above you in bed though? So you'll also be drenching yourself.
Yes, I'm aware. So yeah, this wasp gets drenched all of a sudden, like or pummeled in a column of falling water that also pummels me in the face. Yeah.
You hear a zzz, 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 as the wasp curls up like a, other kind of dead bug and falls.
Solinar is there. He has both of his weapons drawn, and his eyes are so bloodshot. And he's like, "What is it? What happened? What's going on?"
You notice, Koza, as the creature sort of like lays on your bed, curled up, there is this black ichor that's sort of like seeping out of it. It appears, upon further inspection, there's a small glass chamber in the center of its body that cracked, and this ichor is seeping out of it.
I'm gonna pick it up and give it a wafted sniff.
That is absolutely poison.
Oh, that's absolutely poison.
Oh my gosh. Is it? Oh, it's poison. Quick
Yes,
question.
absolutely.
It smells awful.
Oh, it smells awful.
And you notice that it's very sticky.
Oh, it's sticky too.
Oh, interesting. Quick question, y'all. Are paladins immune to poison?
No, paladins are immune to disease.
Oh, okay. That's what I wanted to know.
Maybe
Now-
you'll get lucky and the poison will cause a disease.
Now, you can use 5 points of your lay on hands to remove poisons. That's a thing.
Oh, well, but then it just won't be there.
Right. Yeah.
It's gone.
Just
all poison,
wash
okay.
away.
In that case, never mind.
It's difficult. So when you touched the ichor, Koza, you're not able easily to get it off. Like you're trying to like kind of wipe it off on the sheets and stuff. It's not coming off easily.
Sonar, can you do the shake thing?
You want? Oh, yeah. He kind of he wiggles his fingers at it, and then he's like, huzzah, and cleans it.
There's a moment of the shine that accompanies that spell. It clearly wafts over the ichor, and it doesn't do anything.
Wait, but that ichor, it definitely looks cleaner than it was before.
Yeah, it's the stickiest of the ichor.
Yeah.
Ooh, sticky,
Interestingly enough, it does not appear to be cleaned by this magic.
Oh my gosh, your skin cells are still stuck in it. That's truly some sticky stuff.
Could I do an Arcana check, maybe?
Sure.
Okay, that's a 13 plus a 2 for a 15.
So what are you trying to suss out?
Since magic didn't work on this, Solinar is trying to figure out, is it the wasp that's negating the magic? Is it the ichor that's negating the magic? Is it actually magic negation, or is it just that this spell is not effective for that kind of material?
So the ichor itself appears to be resistant to magic. It also appears, upon further inspection of the insect, that it is pumped through the insect's body, kind of like an oil, and is magically charged enough to likely be the substance that animated it.
Oh, so I have is this thing on any of my stuff?
It's on your sheets and it's on your hands, but it's not on anything else. I mean, keep in mind it's a wasp. It's only
right.
It's at best it's like a cough syrup cup of this stuff.
So, is there a jar nearby?
What does your inventory say about you having jars?
I mean, a cut. We're in a building though.
You have your bag. What? Look in your inventory. You got jars?
No, I don't have jars.
All right, sounds like you don't have jars then.
I want that as a post roll.
I'm a jarless kobold.
Wait, hold on. I have an argument that I can make a case for the party.
A jargument
for the party having a jar, but not having it recorded in our inventories. Hear me out. Healing potions that we've drank.
If you don't tell me that you're keeping the jar, you didn't keep the jar.
And she assumes you smash it over your head afterwards.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Also,
as we do.
Our party is in dungeons drinking healing potions and then being like, Mazel tov.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
The last town we were in, did we close the door before we left?
Oh yeah. I don't think we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that means, because if we had, we would have left a jar. and if it was possible for us to leave something in a jar, and we didn't, that means that we have a jar.
The best part of that was seeing Alex not know where this was going. And then all of a sudden we're there and she's just like, mother.
Say no, Alex. It's fine.
No.
All right.
Okay.
So Koza's patting around in his bag looking for something.
Yeah, something I can put this in, something that would contain it. I'm also looking around on countertops and other surfaces.
I guess you're holding still though, right? Since you've got this thing kind of on your blankets.
Yeah.
Solinar kind of looking as Koza is looking, starts opening up his pack and rifling through it. What are we looking for, Koza? What are we?
Something I can put this in.
Oh, I've got.
Do you guys maybe have a handkerchief or something?
I've got some flasky thing. Hold on a sec. And Solinar gets up and kind of shambles out towards the kitchen area or the dining room area.
Okay.
Is there a container there?
Not on the tables, no.
Is the kitchen nearby?
Yes, it is.
He's gonna stumble into the kitchen.
You find jars of food and preserves, and you find glassware.
No.
You know, chug a whole jar of pickles so that you can...
Oh, please do. It's good for good electrolytes.
None of this is what I want.
But rehydration.
Drink a whole thing of sweet pickles.
Solinar, please bring me some pickle juice.
Solinar.
I'm a sweet pickles person, so...
Solinar is going to... all right, a bunch of soldiers rolled in yesterday. I guarantee there are multiple containers that are at least mostly empty of the thing they carry. Solinar is going to grab one of the more empty pickled something or other containers and then shamble back to the barrack. And then he's going to jam the Dagger of Warning into the jar to get like the couple of let's say they're pickled eggs. Get the couple of pickled eggs on his Dagger of Warning, pull them out. He's going to be eating them off of his dagger while he sort of like wanders back into the barrack, and then he hands the jar, still full of pickle juice, of course, the brine, to Johannes.
Oh, hell yeah. Hydration.
I don't know that drinking pickle juice hydrates you.
Oh, it's like one of the most hydrating. I used to do it for Ultimate Frisbee tournaments all the time.
It's got a ton of salt, some really good electrolytes. It's
All right, listeners, I want you all to imagine, those of you who have physically laid eyes upon Alon, and imagine this absolute maniac drinking a jar full of pickle juice while playing Ultimate Frisbee.
Yep.
It's cucumber water.
Fixate that image.
With the show notes for this episode, we'll post a picture of the Ichiban and Triad Anime Con banners.
Yeah.
It's cucumber water extreme. That's basically what pickle juice is.
Yeah. I drink that.
Okay, so Johannes drinks that. Solinar grabs the pickled juice container with just like a little bit of pickle juice remnants in there and brings it over to Koza with the lid. And it's like, okay, I got you a thing. Here you go.
Okay. So Koza's gonna like gently pick this thing up and plop it in the jar.
All right, you have acquired one mechanical wasp corpse.
And then I'm gonna cast Mending.
Interesting.
And I'm hoping that, so like, because the ichor is like pumped through it, maybe it gets all drawn back into the wasp.
Read me how mending works.
Make him whole again.
This spell repairs a single break or tear in an object you touch, such as broken chain link, 2 halves of a broken key, a torn cloak, or a leaking wineskin, as long as the break or tear is no larger than 1 foot in any dimension. You mend it. Wow, mending is a lot less powerful than people treat it.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true. That's the truth. Welcome to being a GM.
You mend the mechanical body, but the ichor does not get sucked back in.
Yeah, and so I guess, is it considered a magic item?
I mean, you just said the ichor was magical, right?
I guess, yeah, I guess it would technically. It's yeah, I guess it does count as a magic item.
Okay, well then it doesn't come back to magicness. It remains
Mundane.
magicless.
Kobold! There's gonna be so many kobolds in this episode. You're making so much work
sometimes
for
you just-
Gabe.
Sometimes you just lean in.
All right. So you have acquired a wasp corpse. Koza's hands now smell.
I'm gonna go.
yeah.
I'm gonna go try to wash them off.
As you walk over to the bathroom and begin trying to wash your hands, you are able to get it off, but it takes some work.
Cool. I work it.
It's almost like you went to a convention with body paint and thought the activator would be enough to get it off, and then you realize you don't have enough activator, so you stain a bunch of Sheraton towels.
I'm sure that's never happened to our GM or one member of our cast at a large Southeastern con before.
It's never happened.
Continuing onwards.
So you all pack up, and is there anything you want to do before you head out?
I want to finish. I put the finishing touches on my letter and leave it with Leandros' name on it.
Do we get like an idea of what's in the letter?
I might write out the actual letter and post it on social media or something like that. But I want to make sure the wording is perfect.
Absolutes.
Makes sense.
Remember, tweet at Way of Brandalore to make sure that note gets noted.
I'm writing it down on my yellow legal pad.
Oh God, it's on the legal pad.
Yeah, eventually I will do it.
It's the real deal.
It's the law.
All right.
Oh.
You all are going to be able to take another couple of days of rations each from the kitchen, if only by way of pickled eggs and pickled egg juice.
Hell yeah. Hydrate before you dihydrate.
Have any of you ever had pickled eggs?
No.
I have.
Yes.
I've had pickled
Yes.
eggs and pickled pig feet before.
Whoa. I haven't had the latter.
Yeah. My grandfather used to have them in his garage.
I've only ever had pickled pickles and pickled carrots. I think that's it.
Wait, so how do pickled eggs taste?
I mean,
I'm not a
Briny?
fan.
it's
Yeah.
it's a hard-boiled egg with brine that it's been soaking in. Like that's the flavor.
Mhm.
So it's not going to be like the sweet pickles.
I mean, it all depends on the brine.
So could you pickle eggs in sweet pickle?
Yeah.
You could.
Pickle juice?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, you theoretically could hard boil an egg, soak it
I
in
think they're
sweet
called
pickle
bread
juice.
and butter pickles. I
Yeah.
keep trying to...
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I call
still
them hamburger pickles, but yeah, you could do that.
I'm still having like a hard time like imagining that flavor profile.
I feel like the
But
texture would be what
If
would get
if
me.
you think
Yeah.
that's a weird flavor profile to imagine, just imagine a pickled cucumber that has been pickled in Kool-Aid.
Josh, what was that Pop-Tart that I ate at Queen City Anime Con a couple of years ago? It was
Weren't
one
they
of those...
like onion and garlic
That
or
is
something?
correct. They were onion and garlic
God, that was
Pop-Tarts.
so gross.
What was
Oh.
what was the pickle thing though? Was it pickle cotton candy?
Pickle cotton
Yeah, it
candy.
was pickle flavored cotton
Okay.
candy.
Yeah.
Which shockingly tasted so much like pickles.
Mm-hmm.
They did
Especially when we mixed it with the vodka.
They did a good job.
Oh God.
That was a wild night, guys.
Yeah.
Moving on.
The
Yeah.
audience, it's like, I wonder if the QPR folk like hang out in real life. Yes, we do. And
I
we
think
do
it's-
nonsense like that.
I was going to say, it's more like the audience just being like, man, they are as weird as they are on the show.
I think it's more like the audience being like, I wonder when they're going to get back to doing a show.
Yeah.
Anyway, Final Fantasy VII.
All right, guys. So you're going to head out from Fort Greystar just as the sun begins peeking over the horizon. You're going to travel north towards Aisling Glen, a town that you remember a little bit from early on in the journey. You get about halfway there before you start hearing a noise. It's small. It's very subtle at first. You kind of almost miss it. But it builds until it's impossible to miss. It's this low hum.
Can you describe the hum?
I will say the whole trip, Solinar is struggling, y'all. Like, he is so tired. He is practically falling asleep in the saddle. I just rolled for it. He is managing to stay awake, but he's having a bad time.
So, for those of you who asked, it sounds like this. Thank you, Gabe. Yeah, you got it, buddy. All right, maybe you don't.
Is anybody else hearing this? Alita, you hearing that?
I'm gonna.
Why
let
are we hearing a
whatever's-
cork noise over and over again?
We are absolutely not hearing a cork noise all over and over again.
Oh, speed that hum up, that low hum up. Let's see how cork-like it actually
I
is.
bet if you speed that hum noise up just a little bit, and then you kind of...
Oh my gosh, it was just a slowed down cork noise the whole time. Alita, you hearing that?
I'm trying to get to a note, guys. Continue whatever
Is
chicanery
it-
you've got going on.
Or more like a I mean, I can go get my keyboard. We can just figure out what this note is right now.
It
Yeah.
is an immense buzzing.
Oh, it's getting louder. Sounds like black metal. Should we be concerned about this?
What if it's just like a big version of the wasp?
Oh, Alina, do you think this is a big version of the wasp?
It's a wasp.
The wasp?
Wisp.
That's worse than a wasp.
Oh no.
You guys are going to continue trying to figure out the source of this noise. You're also going to see sort of a shadow cast over y'all's heads.
Oh. I look up.
I was gonna say, let's see what's casting that there shadow. Let's
This better not be an airship.
Let's look directly into the sun real quick.
A veritable cloud
Whoa.
of wasps
Oh,
hovers over your head, following you.
Like following us. They're following us. I think those are following us.
They're gonna turn us all into figs
Oh no!
after they sew our mouths shut.
It figures.
Oh,
Are you okay, Brandon? That got real spooky.
figgy.
Wasps,
I know how figs work, it's just...
the old tale was that they sewed children's mouths shut.
What?
Yeah,
That's
Hans
horrifying.
Christian strikes again.
I learned that.
Lord.
I learned that from an episode of Charlie Brown.
Ooh.
What?
What episode of Charlie Brown?
Charles
Lucy was talking about it.
Charles Schultz was really having a bad day.
But yeah, they're gonna die inside us and dissolve and turn us into figs.
That seems like a good... Wait, no, that seems like a bad thing. We gotta get out of here.
Upon noticing you identifying the swarm, it begins to circle over you guys. I want you to imagine the ring of smoke. And just kind of coming down as they swirl above your heads.
I don't like it.
Let me look at my inventory and see if I have anything that will help with this.
Before long, they have surrounded you entirely, keeping you in a vortex of their bodies.
How wide
Period.
of a... what is the radius of this swarm?
The swarm itself probably has about a 2 or 3 foot radius overall.
And they're right above me.
Well, they're now surrounding all of you, like your group.
Ah!
So they've circled the wagon.
Yes.
And how far are they from us in their encirclement?
Probably about a foot at best, but they are closing in.
Well, I know what Solinar's doing. It sounded like you had some Koza ideas as well.
Yeah, but I can't quite tell if they're in like a concentrated place or if they're like spread out.
So
They're in a donut shape.
A donut.
they're spinning around us, right? So
What is the outer radius of the donut shape?
Like, how far away from you guys is it?
Actually, you know what? It sounds like the width of the donut is 2 to 3 feet, right?
Sounds about right.
And they're
yes.
flying in a consistent like circle.
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
What in the engineering nightmare are you about to do?
I cast Moonbeam.
Yeah, he does.
Half of them.
Yeah, he does.
So they just all fly through the Moonbeam.
I saw exactly where this was going.
Yeah. It's a brilliant move.
Okay. So, this is a saving throw?
Yeah.
And if they fail, they still take half of 2d10 damage.
You mean if they succeed?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If they fail, they take twice that. If they succeed, they take half of 2d10 damage. Which I bet if Chapman rolls 2d10 right now, I would wager that unless Chapman rolls really poorly, that half of 2d10 damage is still lethal damage for most of these, if not all.
What's that damage, buddy? Because the wasps rolled a 4.
Oh, that's a 12.
Total damage?
Yeah.
All right.
Or like that. That's what each. Yeah.
You're
That,
fighting them
like,
as a
so-
swarm, not as dozens of individual wasps. Do not
Right.
do that to me.
Right. Okay.
I am not rolling for each of these wasps, you absolute psychopaths. Excuse me while I throw 700 dice into a dice rolling box. Give me a minute. So as you cast this moonbeam and the wasps fly in their donut shape, you see quite a few of them drop from formation and curl up on the ground. And yet others do not. They sort of like raise up, and you notice that in perfect synchronicity, all of the wasps turn to look in at all of you. Roll for initiative.
Well, howdy there. I want to take a moment while I'm out here enjoying the scenery to thank some of you amazing people who make this production and many more like it possible. Stellar compadres like Bridget the Wise, Kyle Wendling the Clever, Caitlin Allen the Ferocious, Melissa Sweeney the Cunning, Her Majesty the ABO Queen, and Jonathan Cedillo the Brave. Thank you all, truly. And I'll leave you all with a parting phrase from my homeland, save for only the dearest of friends. May your lives grow to fit your hearts, and wonders flow in times apart. Thank you.
So I did have a thing. This is called a fortune friend.
Yeah.
It's like a magic 8-ball, and you squeeze it out, and it gives you a yes or no.
That's horrifying.
You can also do it with its butt.
God.
And it'll just say yes or no, like a magic 8-ball. And I want to run an entire D&D session where I just use this rather than dice.
You're just like, yes, please ask the ass.
I love him.
I do like that one spits out its whole stomach liner.
It's like, man, I've always liked Magic 8-balls, but they just never have enough prolapse for me.
I love him. He's so cute. Look at how cute he is. And also it says no.